I let my light shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Hallelujah, this little light of mine. I used to love to sing that song when I was a kid. I'm sure at that time my voice wasn't as raspy and scratchy as it is now, but I definitely enjoyed the song nonetheless. And that is also our quote and title for today, February 21st. Lesson number 52 is I let my light shine. So let's go ahead and jump right on into the text for today. People who spend a great deal of time in prayer, meditation, or communion with the Spirit gradually take on a new atmosphere, a new sweetness, a love and light that all others sense. The Old Testament often refers to a light always shining over the altar in the temple. This light, of course, is a symbol of the life that is never extinguished. And I'm going to jump down to the next sentence here. Now, this light is real. There is such a light at the center of everything. This is the divine stuff of which we are all made. There is nothing outside this light. Everything exists in it. There is light at the center of everyone. It's never obliterated, but it does seem that it is often obscured for several reasons. So, what do we get from this text? Is letting your light shine. And just as the song says, this little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. And we let it shine to the point that a new atmosphere, a new sweetness, a love and light that all others sense. I mentioned this gentleman before in another episode, but I remember going to T. Harv Ecker's Millionaire Mind Weekend. There was a gentleman who was very, very tall guy. Had to have been 6'6" or 6'7", really, really tall. But this guy just had this sense of peace and calm and serenity, unlike I have ever experienced. Just standing next to him, you just felt calm. He didn't have to say anything. He didn't have to do anything. Just his presence was the presence of peace. It was the presence of serenity. I don't know what his life was. Well, I didn't know at the time. We ended up talking later, but I just imagined that everything had to have been going right in this man's life for him to have that level of peace. When in fact it wasn't. When in fact it was not. But he who had spent a lot of time in prayer, meditation, and communion with the Spirit, he had taken on a new atmosphere. He had created an atmosphere of peace around himself, so much so that not only did others see it, but they sensed it and were impacted by it. Now, we probably had the exact opposite experience. Sitting on the metro, you might have sat next to someone or in any type of a close environment where you just had this bad vibe from someone. You just didn't feel you just felt something wasn't right about that person. That person's energy and yours clearly weren't aligned to the point where it repelled you from them. And whatever was going on in that person's life may have been reflected in the energy that they were giving out at that time. And that's not a bad thing. It's not wrong of that person. However, what they're allowing to happen is the seemingly darkness that may be confronting them in the forms of problems, in the forms of, situations or hurt or pain or fear, worry, anxiety, any of those things. They may be allowing that darkness, the seemingly darkness, to overshadow that little light inside of them. And though we do have to be present to and deal with the challenges of our lives, we don't have to allow those challenges to rob us of our peace. That's really what this is talking about, is not allowing anything to rob you or to create the illusion of putting out that eternal flame inside of you. And I say appear to, because that flame is never obliterated. It is never obliterated. It never goes away. It can't. It can't. But we can feel that light can be extinguished because we allow the seemingly darkness to overshadow it. And that's our choice. At any given time, that is our choice. This light is real. There is such a light at the center of everything. This is the divine stuff of which we are all made. There is nothing outside of this light. And in most spiritual texts, you will hear or read that the creative energy, the creative spirit, God spoke, "Let there be light." And that light is what is all. That is all. That is everything. That is the light that flows through each and every one of us. And it's our job to allow that and let that light flow freely, to let that light flow so that others can see it, others can feel it, and others are uplifted just by your presence. Just by your presence, letting that light shine from you, they are uplifted. So take that on and putting forth an effort to letting your light shine, whether that be through your creative talents, whether that be through your kind words or kind actions, whether it be just you centering yourself and allowing yourself to exude peace, to personify serenity and harmony, so that others see it and can feel it and are uplifted by it. Let's go ahead and move into our affirmation and meditation for today. As always, we're going to take a deep breath just to get ourselves centered and focused into just a good peaceful feeling, and allowing these words to really enter us in a way that pushes out any illusions of lack, any illusions of darkness, any illusions of love not being present. As I always do, I'll say this affirmation for myself in first person, and again, allow these words, I invite you to, and allow these words to really move you in the way that they may. So let's take a deep breath in and hold it for a second and let it out. I feel a deep sense of unity with everyone and everything. I know that all love and I am filled with the goodness of life. Love and light flow in and through me. I give thanks for the radiance of spirit within me. And so it is. So, thanks so much again, as always, for joining me on this journey. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow, February 22nd, day number 53 of 365 Science of Mind. And I'm going to go ahead and close on out with another chorus of This Little Light of Mine. I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine.